I got my first pack of Nyxl strings, never having heard of them, knowing nothing really about them. It's just like, hey, this is something new that's coming out. Can you give this a try and let us know what you think about it? I couldn't break them. I couldn't throw them out of tune. No matter what I do, those strings are always there for me.
But let's start with, I believe this is one of Mike's signatures, right?
Yeah, this
Old
is
signatures?
this is one of Mike's signatures. We had custom painted by a guy named Mike Bender. Mike went with the star motif for the American Idiot era of the show that we do. And on the back we have the Just Dirnt It that he likes to hold up, and it's a cool bass, thing rips. It's got a 63 Fender pickup in it.
Okay, so like the original run had the 59 in it. So
59,
how did you guys, I know that obviously there's been production changes in terms of the pickup being made. Why did you land on the 63, or how did you land on the 63?
I was doing some testing in the resistance because we got a couple basses that were a little low in the output, you know, and when I started checking the resistance, I found that they weren't the same as the 59, and we wanted to kind of keep everything the same in the rig, the way we run it, you know, so we found that Fender's 63 is pretty close to that, so that's what we ended up running with.
Nice.
You know?
And what should we know about strings or anything special about this bass other than the paint job?
On this one we're running the Fender high mass bridge on it, Ernie Ball strings. It's pretty much the stock Fender that he built, and just with a custom paint job on it, and the 63 pickups in it, you know.
What string gauge just for the doors
he's using 105 through 45.
Okay.
Yep.
So standard slinkies.
Yep, standard. Yeah.
Dude, let's roll through these because I know we got a lot of cool basses to check out, and also we want to take a look at Jason's gear as well.
Yeah.
So what's next? Maybe just go down the line.
Throughout for the American Idiot set, we will stay with Mike's standard signature bass. Pretty much they're all the same except for paint jobs. And
so some has a different fretboard.
Yep. Well, some have maple fretboard, some have the rosewood fretboard, and they're rippers, you know. So.
We're talking off camera. I usually put this one away and show maybe another one. Is that it's kind of a combination of anyone that doesn't know the specs on Mike's signature. It's like 51 body, 59 pickup, 60 something neck. It's like it's a combination of all the things you love.
It's all the thing you love. Ash body. I mean, this makes the bass. It really adds like a mid thump to it, you know. And so this was another one that was painted by Mike Bender. Big sparkle red, you know. This thing, I mean, with the paint and the clear that is on this thing, it's one of the standout basses that we've found out on the tour. Everybody loves it. And, you know,
looks like a big bass boat.
Yeah, exactly. That's what we went for, you know. And so.
And so far, these three basses we've seen, are these kind of dedicated to the American Idiot set portion?
Yes, those are all for the American Idiot set. And then as we'll move on, we'll go to the basses he's using for the Saviors songs, and you know, there's a couple other older songs that they'll do, you know, on there.
Let's dig into these next couple.
So this one was just some Fender parts that we had left over, and we decided to put it together just as like as a black bass, and I was calling it Darth for a little bit. And Mike has a new venture with his punk bunny, and he came over and he said, I want to punk rock this thing out a little bit, and he put the Punk Bunny logo on there, but this here we used the Hipshot tuner on it. That, you know, it's a drop tune because one of the songs we use is in C sharp, just the top string, you know, and we got the Hipshot kick-ass bridge on it, you know, with a 53 in it.
Now, what can you say about the neck? Because it looks roasted, but I don't know if Fender actually does roasted necks or what. Yeah,
this is just road worn, you know. Yeah, so.
It's a beauty, man.
50 style neck. And
not to put you in the spot, but do you know what he uses this for on Saviors? What song this might get used for?
Yeah, he uses this song on a song called Dilemma, and then he'll switch it back up to E flat, and we'll do Minority and a couple other songs in that tuning.
Nice.
You know.
I see another one with looks like you got quite a few with the hip shot.
Yeah, so this will either be the main or the spare that we go, because we'll switch back and forth each night depending on what we want to do. So same thing, hip shot, tuner on the top, and the hip shot bridge. We kind of change the color, add a little black in there, and but these are really nice bridges that add some great mids to the bass, you know. And this one was actually painted by my dad. Mike wanted a vintage, like hot rod gold sparkle paint. So my father used to paint hot rods and stuff. So he said, let me do it. I'll do it. And we sprayed it up, and yeah, and he loved it. And now Mike is he's made a post about this, but he's actually I have a new baby, and he's giving it to my son.
Oh, wow.
So my son will inherit this.
Congrats.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Hell of a nice guy doing that, you know.
Now, as your time with Mike's been, it sounds like, you know, we talked off camera during a storm that blew through here. Yeah. Is that you and Mike kind of chase sounds? You're like, you compared yourself to the pit crew.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
He's the race car driver.
Yeah,
so like, you guys aren't just like, hey, you got the peas, let's just let them be. You guys are always trying new things out and chasing sounds.
Yeah, I mean, Mike's always likes to do new things and do the best. You know, what's best, what's going to sound the best, what's going to be the best, how's it going to play, and it's fun because we'll go down and we'll just start chasing things and trying to make other things happen. And sometimes it doesn't work, and other times it's a real cool thing we stumble upon, you know. So.
Man, it's cool to hear a guy that's been doing this 30, 40 years still get really invigorated in the process of finding the sound and trying to find a better bass, better feel, better sound, better anything. And so, you know, some people, great, they find their sound, they stick with it, good to go. But it sounds like Mike is he's a chaser.
Yeah, when I got on with Mike, it was super cool to come into that because you don't see a lot of it. You know, some guys just stay with what they want, but Mike knows what he wants, and if he wants it better, he'll find a way to make it better. And it's cool to be able to do that for him, you know, and come up with that type. You know, like, all right, let's see what we can do, and you know, where we got to go, what company, and try to make it happen. You know, and
every day's not the same.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, come on, let's keep cruising.
All right.
So you got like looks like a rosewood neck.
Yeah, this one when I was working with Alkaline Trio, Dan Andriano had a rosewood neck that he had sent out, and he built a bass with it. And I was like, man, I really like the full rosewood neck, you know, and it just had such a great warmth to it, but it all, you know, in a nice pop. So when I got on with Mike, I said, you know, let's try build one of these, you know. So this one's actually recently new. It's for in our Savior set, and this was paint by Sarai Diaz from the Fender shop. She did this. This is a Mercury burst, it's called, you know.
Ooh.
Yeah. So
not quite the silver burst that everyone's kind of familiar with. Troy Sanders has a bass like that. Obviously Gibson does their thing, but Mercury burst.
Yeah, Mercury burst.
Hold it up for the light.
Yeah.
And I love the I guess the mirrored pickguard.
Yeah, we put the mirror pickguard on it. Again, this has the hip shot, you know, detune on it, and the hip shot bridge, you know, and 63 pickup.
Yeah, man. It's a race car.
Yeah.
All right, Darian, I see a lot of the straps are all the same or similar. Can you talk to me about that real quick?
Yeah, well, Mike's got a new signature strap coming out with the company Richter Straps.
Oh, cool.
These are Mike's SIGs, which will be it's a star design that was drawn by his daughter when she was really little, and he's got it actually tattooed on his hand.
Oh.
So he's been working with Richter Straps on this, and we finally got it done. And
got to show off this.
Yeah,
this is cool.
Richter really makes a great product. He does this the pack setup for the Shure or whatever wireless you have, and so with the Axient Shure, we just walk over, we scan, and we're in ready to play. You know, there's no taking the tape off or worrying about some, you know, zip tie or something that, you know, that you got to worry. And this thing's secured on there, and if I got to get it off, you pull the pin, and you take the pack off, and you can put another one on real quick if you got to, or you know,
super pragmatic, but ideal for like a wireless outdoor thing.
Exactly. If you're doing this, you got to be ready to go at all times.
Yeah.
And you know, it's messing around with duct tape and zip ties. Don't cut it, you know.
I mean, duct tape's my favorite tool, but
yeah. Well, it is our favorite tool here too, but
let's move on to it looks like a Savior bass.
Yeah, this bass was designed for the Saviors tour. It's a big metal flake. This was also painted by Mike Bender. Mike likes to hold this up just like the Dirnt bass there, and Yep, all rosewood, solid rosewood neck, you know, with the hip shot tuner on it, hip shot bridge, and 63 pickup in it, you know.
What has Mike said, or what has your guys' conversations been about the rosewood neck? Like, because that's such a unique thing that you don't see in a lot of instruments, especially P basses.
Yeah, well, that was the thing completely. It's unique, and it's got a really great tone to it and a really great feel too, you know. So. Just to have something different, and Fender was offering them, and we said let's do it. Let's make one or two of them and see what we can come up, you know, do with it. So
yeah, Mike Dirnt calls you don't let the phone ring twice.
That's right.